In this video, I want to show you how you can take some of my files, bring in some multiple SVG files from Simply Crafty SVGs, and you can do this with other SVG files as well, but to separate them by color. So some designers separate by color for you, but like I do not do that. There's a reason for that. I actually prefer to have it not separated by color, but I know a lot of people got used to that from some other designers. So I want to show you how you can use shortcuts a lot, and this is version 5. Version 4 should be similar, but if you don't have it, this is how you can do it. So there's a couple ways that you can get my files, and I'm going to bring this one file up here, and it's a birthday cake file. And in the SVG Files folder, you can see that we have these particular all these files. So these are all the files that have dashed lines. If you're using Cricut, you probably wouldn't use this method because you could just go ahead and Cricut Design Space separates it for yourself. Separates it for you, I should say. The solid score lines would only be if you could change those lines to a score line in your application. So do not use them if you have a software that doesn't have an embossing tool or a score tool. So just to let you know. So these are all the separate files, and the complete files, which some have complete files, some do not. This has everything in it. So I'm going to bring a complete file in first. So the one that doesn't say solid lines has dashed lines. So we're just going to drag that in. And you can see I'm going to zoom out. I'm just holding Alt on my keyboard as I scroll. Use my scroll wheel. So that's how I'm zooming out easily. So you can see it all comes as one file. So it's all grouped together. So it's not really grouped per se. They're really separate groups, but on the right hand side it looks like one group. So you could do it this way, or you can pull them in individually. So that it's no difference, but so we're going to delete this and do the individual ones because most of the files that we have are individual files. But no matter what, it's the same process. I just might as well cover everything. So these are all the ones with the dashed cut lines. So I'm just going to highlight all of them, and I'm just dragging them in. So you see they just all overlap this way. Now if you cannot drag over, and I did this on purpose, go set your software to Preferences and then go to the Edit tab and say uncheck Keep Objects on Mat when dragging. And then you can drag them over. And you can see that I'm just dragging each file over. So we're dragging them all out of the way so we can see them. Oops. Let's get this last one right here. Just try to get that happy birthday. So we have different colors, and you want to put them on different mats so you can get your mats all situated. You can try to put them all on one mat, like for example this blue one for this cake file. They won't all fit on one mat, so you're going to have to use 2 different mats. So it just depends on the paper you use, but this is how you would separate them. So let's say I would start with the very first mat. And what we're going to do in Shortcuts a Lot 5, you have pages down here. So we're going to add a bunch of new pages. So let's just call this Blue 2, and page 1, I'm just going to come down here and double click to rename it to Blue 1. And then we're going to add a bunch of new pages. So I'm looking at the colors right now. You can do it by purple. I'm just going to keep the color scheme up here, but you might want to call them something. So you kind of have to make a decision when you do this. And I'm auto hiding. I'm going to stop auto hiding this one. That would be helpful, but it's just getting in the way. Okay, there we go. So down here, go ahead and do new page. And let's just say orange. Sometimes I combine colors too, so sometimes I'll put them on one page and just use scraps, so that's up to you. So purple, let's see, yellow, orange. I'll say striped because let's say I'm going to make the candle striped. So let's go back here. So let's go ahead and I'm going to right click and say cut, and then I'm going to click on blue 2 and say paste, and then I'm going to move it on the mat. Then we're going to go back to the first mat again. I'm doing Control X, whatever the cut, I think it's Command X on a Mac, and then we'll go to purple, and then I did Control C, or that would be Command V. So I did cut, Control X, Control V. So Control really is Command on Mac. All these things we have to do. I mostly use Windows now. So we go back to the first. Let's go ahead and finish it real quick. So I Control X, and I'm going to make that striped because those are the, and I didn't ungroup. See, these were all grouped together. I'm going to ungroup them, and I want to put this on the orange. So I'm cutting it, and then Control V to paste it. And then I'm going to go back to that, get this, Control X, Control D. And I know I missed white, so let's add one more white. So you kind of have to know your colors. It helps to kind of plan out your design prior to doing this. There's 2 more colors, black, but it depends on what you're going to do that. So let me do this one. Control, let's go right click and say cut, and then paste. And this one, it's really up to you what colors you want to make it. These are optional things anyways, but let's say you wanted to make them black. For me, I made the letters white for this one, but we'd make one last page, and you could always call it just words and make a decision later if you wanted to add it to another page. So I went back to blue 1, the very first one. I'm going to highlight both of these, say Control X, which is cut, and then we'll come over to the words and right click, and I'll say paste. So Control X, Control V. So now we have them all on separate pages. So you could always zoom out if you want to make sure. And I'm holding the Alt key down, and I'm moving my scroll mouse, and you can go in and out. Purple, orange, yellow, striped, white, and words. So you decide where you want it on the mat first. I mean, it wouldn't really make a huge difference, but let's say you were going to just cut, and sure cuts a lot. You could go ahead and cut directly to your cutter from here if it's capable. So I'm not going to go through all that, but that's normally how I separate them. So my intention was to show ScanNCut users how they could actually take my SVG, bring it in from a Simply Crafty, or any SVG like that comes in with multiple colors, and separate it by mat, basically on different pages down here. Again, if you have shortcuts of lot 4, the pages will be at the top. So just be aware of that. Once you get them separated by mat, let's just take shortcuts a lot. I mean, not shortcuts a lot. Let's take ScanNCut. You could go ahead and say File, and you have to go to each page. So I'm going to start with blue 1 page, and I'm going to go Export. I'm going to drop down and select FCM. It says ScanNCut, and then I'm going to say blue 1. So where I'm saving it is under the file. So it's the birthday cake file, so I created under birthday cake and FCM files because there was already an SVG, because that's the way it zips. Then I'm going to say blue 1. So you could name it anything else. So I used rainbow paper for my original design, But these are now will be separated, so when you import the ScanNCut files into your machine, it'll just come in like this, so you won't have to do it in CanvasWorkspace. But unfortunately, you do have to go to each page and do it. So export Blue2. But you know, it's oops, make sure you don't do it that way. Make sure you choose ScanNCut, which is *FCM, and then we'll go Blue2. Now, if you've used, we're going to continue, but if you've used like the ScanNCut software to do this, it's a little bit more cumbersome in my opinion, but that's my opinion. So if you find a better way to do it, that's fine, but I think this is worth it to get it just for this. And there's another reason it's worth doing it. But anyways, we're going to go through there. I'm not going to do all of them. I'm just going to do one more so you can see it. Here are the files, and I didn't name this one white, but this is the white one. So those files, you can go directly to your machine. It kind of strips them to make them cleaner for ScanNCut. But what's kind of cool too is that you can go ahead, and if you want to save this file. Let me just move it up there. You can see all the things here. You just go ahead and hit save. And then I'm going to save it to the folder I want it to. So I have this on the desktop. And I call it video files because I'm working on video files, and it was a birthday cake. And I'm just going to add it to, actually just do that, SCAL5. Or I called it SCAL, so it sure cuts a lot. And we'll call it birthday cake. And you could say separated by mat, but if that's all you're using it for, then that's up to you. But the other thing is, sometimes is I just use one other mat. Sometimes I keep the first one with all the files on it, and then I just copy and paste them to other files. So here's just a quick demo of that. So let me just bring up a new project. And this time we're going to open up a freebie, which is the layered flower card. I'm going to double click. I've already unzipped the file. So I'm going to go in here. Those are the PDF files, just the reference files, and the JPEG for the reference photo. Come in here, and I'm going to go to a complete file. And not all of them have it, as I said earlier. The one I'm selecting is the one without solid lines, which this one has the dashed cut lines. And I'm going to bring it in. And I'm going to zoom out a little bit so I can see everything. You see they're mostly separated, but this one isn't. We'll go ahead and right click and say ungroup, so we can move these to different mats or really copy them. So I'm going to keep them all on this particular page. So you might want to call this page maybe complete. And then I'll copy them to the different pages based on how I'm going to cut them on the mat. So this doesn't always mean by color. When you're doing a big project with a lot of pages of colors, that comes in handy. But I'm just going to add a bunch of pages, and I'm not going to name them anything because honestly it doesn't take the name of it when you export it anyways. So I'm just going to start with those. Going to come back to the complete down here. And I'm going to go ahead and right click and say copy. Then I'll go right here and say paste. So and then I can move it around. So it's the same way, but also be aware that sometimes you'll have little scraps. So let me go back to this original. So this is two different color greens, and the way you can tell in here is if I highlight one and go in the upper right hand corner and click on this little palette, you can see a color up there. If I highlight both of them at once, and you just have to get around them, and I click on the palette in the upper right hand corner, there's a dash. But if I highlight the right one, I'll see a color up there. So what if I just want to cut this out of the same green? Because I could. I mean, I can change it. You can change anything you want. But I you know, it's a small enough piece of paper that I can combine it with another cut like this cut. So I might do this, because this is what I do a lot of times when I have little scraps or little pieces that I cut. I'm going to hold the Shift key, highlight this, click on this, so I'm left clicking, and that one, and I'm going to go copy because I want to keep it the original still there. I'm going to go to the next page and then paste. So now I can say I'm going to put a piece of yellow in the upper left, or purple, whatever color you're going to do it, and in the lower right hand corner I'm going to make it green. Or if you want to do them two different colors, put one up here and say I have a little scrap of green here and a little scrap of green here. So that's up to you how you want to do it. So you continue to do that for all the different colors that you want, and then you can go ahead and export them like we did with the birthday cake, which is I go to the white, and I really don't care. You can go ahead and title it by double clicking on it and calling it white. That's up to you. But let's say I just go File, Export, search for the FCM, and then I'm going to just say, let's make sure I got to get to the right file here. But let's say I'm just going to do it on the desktop for now, so wherever you're going to save it, I'm just going to say white. But you're probably going to want to put it with the original files in a folder called FCM. If you're working off an original SVG file, that's what I would suggest. And then you go ahead and do that for each individual file or mat that you've set up to cut the way you want to. And then you could go ahead and put it on a USB thumb drive to put it on your ScanNCut, or however you normally would do that. So if you do it directly from the computer, you can do that as well. So that's just different options of saving out a file. But that's the nice part about this, is that you can kind of drag and drop, even though you have to copy and paste. If you compare it to the way that you do it in CanvasWorkspace, it's a little bit easier in my opinion. So, but you can make your opinion when you see both. So I hope you found this helpful, and if you did, please give me a little thumbs up below, or you do thumbs down, but I'm trying to help. So that's up to you. I try to help. If I figure out something that might help somebody else, regardless of what machine, we try to give it a try and do a little tutorial. So I thank you so much for watching, and until next time.